people. Good evening, people. Welcome back to my channel for the second Watchalong. And tonight we're here to watch Arsenal against Newcastle in the first leg of the League Cup Semi Final. I will read the teams out for you in a moment, but anyone who's watching, whether you usually watch me or did watch me in the past rather, or you find my coverage for the first time tonight, please like, share and subscribe to the channel to help the engagement. So, excuse me a moment just while I get the teams up, as the teams are in the tunnel and making their way out to the pitch. I personally think that given Arsenal's frailties and depleting numbers and weakened squad and having priorities in terms of balancing the FA Cup, the Champions League, and an outside bet of a tackle challenge, that you know that there's more onus on Newcastle, and that Newcastle come into the game with the better confidence because of the winning run that they've been on and that they've been free flowing and scoring goals. Whereas Arsenal, it's a bit stodgy at the moment. And so I would say that for Newcastle, if they could uh, get a draw tonight, and the chances of Newcastle advancing by winning the game outright in the second leg would would appear to favour Arsenal. But anyway, goal for Arsenal we have uh, David Ray, Urian Timber, William Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis Skelly. Always interested to see young talent, and I'm really glad that he's starting because it's one of the first opportunities I've had to see him over 90 minutes. Declan Rice in midfield with Thomas Partey in the centre of the midfield, along with Martin Odegaard, with a front three of Kai Havertz operating in the false nine position, Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli, and because of the injury to Saka, Gabriel Martinelli is having to operate from his least favoured side of the field. And goal is second choice keeper for Newcastle, Martin de Vraka, Lewis Hall, Dan Burn, Spen Botman, Tino Livramento. And this is Newcastle's very strongest team apart from uh, Bruno Guimaraes is out because he's suspended. So Tonali comes in for him, Joe Bullock, Joe Linton, and then the athletic and pacey front three of Isaac, uh, Jacob Murphy, and Anthony Gordon. Craig Poison's the referee, and the game is about to start, but just before it does, it's worth pointing out that there are no away goals in this competition anymore. So if the game is level after the two sets of 90 minutes, it'll be decided by extra time and penalties up at St James's Park in the second leg in about a month's time. And also VAR is in operation from tonight onwards. So yeah, not that anyone's glad about that. Isaac is about to get the game off for Newcastle, but he's just limbering up to try and avoid the muscle strain on this bitterly cold night. And I hope everybody's warm and safe and got a hot water bucket already wherever they are. So we're underway with Newcastle. Dan Burn at the back spreads it to Lewis Hall, who goes up the line. Joe Linton chases. And Ewan Timber wins a throw-in for Arsenal. Martin Odegaard plays the ball aerially and there's a bout of tennis breaking out. Trossard loses possession because a combination of Lewis Hall and Anthony Gordon double up on him and it's out for a throw into Newcastle. Throw goes backwards to Dan Burn and it's now back with Martin de Braga. Word out to Sven Botman. Tino Livramento links up with Tonali and Newcastle almost played himself into trouble and the ball spews off the foot of Martin de Braga to no one in particular. Newcastle look to be in trouble because of the high press, but Tino Livramento cleverly buys himself a free kick from Kai Havertz and Newcastle can try and build. Thrown it back again. Sven Botman over a free kick. Played long towards Alexander Isak, but David Raya comes and claims and the danger's averted. Oh, Newcastle coming forward now. Isak attempting cross. Oh, the referee plays advantage and it's broken to Declan Rice who can bring Arsenal forward. Spreads the play to Ewan Timber. Has to go back to William Saliba. Lewis Skelly on the ball for the first time. Back with David Raya. Both teams pressing the ball quite high up. Lewis Skelly again. Gabriel Martinelli and that's pulled by Kai Havertz. Bad touch. Straight into the path of Tonali. And Newcastle try and come forward with Murphy who plays a good one ball into the path of Isak who spins, tries to get a shot away and he plays it square to Joe Linton who had a free shot on the edge of the box and blasts it without any control. But Newcastle were in far too easily there. In fact, William Saliba and Gabriel was split by the movement of Isak. And really, a proper striker should have been able to at least have a shot on target and probably a goal there. Bit of a bad miss and kind of came too early in the game for Joe Linton to be composed and settled. Not that composure and calmness in front of goal were particularly two characteristics that you associate with his game. Anyway, it's a throw into Arsenal. Quite deep in their own half. Taken by Ewan Timber, Martin Odegaard. Now he's able to spread the play to Gabriel Martinelli who will run at Tino Livramento and there's a bit of head tennis on the edge of Newcastle's box. Martin Odegaard has the ball. Ewan Timber attempts to cross. The cross is a bit too long, but Tino Livramento has to take evasive action and take the safety first option, and because he didn't know if anybody was behind and there wasn't, but he wasn't to know that it was an overhit cross and no danger really, but safety first from Tino Livramento. And going into Arsenal, we all know how much of a lethal threat Arsenal have been all season long, especially from set pieces. And Declan Rice will look to probably put the ball right under the nose of Martin de Braga and probably Arsenal are going to try and crowd him and pin him in with bodies. So we'll see what transpires from that corner. From this corner, should I say. Declan Rice over the ball. Declan Rice swings it in. Not quite right under the nose of the banker. But I think it was Urian Timber got his head first to the ball, but can't direct it in any sort of meaningful way. Gets his head to it, but he was sort of crowded out and it goes wide. Goal kick to Newcastle. I thought the corner was going to go deeper and closer to the keeper than that, but it didn't. Tonight we're on the ball for Newcastle now, and Alexander Isak, Lewis Hall, hung up to get a cross in, and he does so on the ground, and it comes back to him, and he'll be in a position to try and win a corner, but he spins round, Trossard, and the cross hits Arsenal defender on the chest, and Newcastle, maybe unsurprisingly, the team have made the more controlled and threatening start. Joe Linton now out wide, Anthony Gordon back inside to Nally, Sven Botman, Murphy, Tino Livramento now advances forward. Will he put the ball in himself? Yes, he will. And it's a testing ball headed towards goal by Anthony Gordon, but can't quite get the power and the pace on the header. And it's a simple catch for David Raya, and Arsenal now have the possession with William Saliba played back to him by Lewis Skelly. Kick long by David Raya, headed on to no one in particular by Kai Havertz, and Sven Botman can retrieve the ball and look to rebuild for Newcastle. Of course, both Newcastle wing backs are going to bomb on and present as attacking threats, as we'll see from Lewis Hall now. Maybe Anthony Gordon tries to play it back to him, but misplaces his pass to Trossard. The referee says that Anthony Gordon was too forceful and fouls Trossard. Anthony Gordon thinks that all he did was blow on him, and Trossard wins the free kick for Arsenal. Anthony Gordon, what a footballer. Bit of a funny looking lad though, but a wonderful person to listen to and a model professional. But he does look a little bit strange. Anyway, Martin Odegaard over the ball from the right hand side for Arsenal, just towards the touchline. A good position if he can get the right purchase and whip on the ball. Let's see what he can do. Excellent ball headed away by Newcastle. Not quite sure who from. Oh, bodies all over the place, and Newcastle just about. The ball took two or three deflections at least in the area. Great ball. I think it was Lewis Hall gets the initial contact. Then it breaks to Gabriel Martinelli, and it was William Saliba who had the most meaningful and powerful shot. And Martinelli's shot was blocked by Tonali. Then William Saliba, his shot was blocked and it was saved by the blanket. And then it was Lewis Hall who had to strain every sinew of his body to make the last-ditch block to avert Arsenal from having a tap-in right in front of the goal. So, great team defending by Newcastle, but in some ways, kind of a lucky escape. And now down the other end, Anthony Gordon is almost away, but he can't keep the ball in play after a raking crossfield ball from Sven Botman, and Arsenal have it, but David Rea presents the ball straight to Tino Livramento. Tino Livramento and Alessandro Tonali try and link up, but that was a real error that could have cost Arsenal. Poor pass out from the back from Rea straight to the feet of Tonali. Tonali and Murphy link up, but Tonali and Livramento were just not quite on the same wavelength. Long downfield kick from David Rea, swept up by Newcastle, and it's an open start to the game, especially saying that the game is over 2 legs. Both teams really going for it. Newcastle looking more accomplished and polished. Like I say, not really a surprise. So Esparta on the ball for Arsenal goes over the top, and Gabriel Martinelli is onside and away from Sven Botman. Newcastle have to concede the corner, and that's good speed and awareness from Gabriel Martinelli, who definitely has a beating of Sven Botman for pace. Big Dan Burn had no alternative other than to put the ball behind, and it's a second corner of the game for Arsenal. And let's see if this delivery can be more of an in-swinger from Rice and cause the backer more of an issue. Declan Rice's ball in, right under. I think that's a free header. I think it should be Arsenal 1, Newcastle 0. It's Urian Timber who gets a free header at the right hand side of the post, and basically Timber is unable to keep his header down. It's absolutely free, and basically it's a header that you would say is harder to miss than score because of the close proximity, but he sort of gets over it and the ball ends up going over the bar. Simple chance and a real escape for Newcastle. Anyway, Joe Linton, Alexander Isak now sets Anthony Gordon away, and Anthony Gordon's up against Urian Timber. Anthony Gordon out to Alexander Murphy. Bit of a bad pass, and Newcastle lose the momentum, but Tino Livramento is on the ball. Lewis Hall, Arsenal are back into a shape, and Newcastle have lost all the momentum, but they still retain possession of the ball. Tino Livramento loses out to Gabriel Martinelli, and now Arsenal have it with Kai Havertz, and now Alessandro Trossard, who has to check back to prevent being challenged from Anthony Gordon. Lewis Skelly, who I didn't realise would be operating in midfield tonight. But he is, and here is Lewis Skelly. Gabriel, well challenged by Murphy to take the ball away from Arsenal. Pass is cut out by him, and Newcastle come forward with Alexander Isak, who's up against William Saliba. Alexander Isak takes it around Saliba. The ball is slightly over it. It should have been into the path of Anthony Gordon, but Lewis Hall hits it from long range. It's blocked. Wonderful strength and athleticism and skill from Alexander Isak to work it around William Saliba, but Anthony Gordon just kind of gets to the ball, passes the ball a bit too soon. Lewis Hall's shot is blocked and then it's blazed over from Tanara from the edge of the area. So Newcastle are certainly on top in terms of chances and threats. There's much more fluidity as you would expect because of the continuity in the Newcastle team compared to Arsenal. Anthony Gordon has it again for Newcastle. 15 minutes gone. Lewis Hall, Alexander Tinali, Lewis Hall with Isaac. Newcastle working spaces and moving the ball around really crisply and accurately. Wonderful ball from Spen Botman out to Murphy. Newcastle players don't quite read the ball well and it goes to David Raya, who, quick as you like, releases the ball to Martinelli, and it's come to the opposite side now with Trossard, and Trossard attempts to find Kai Havertz with the ball, but it's overhit. A breakdown in communication from the Arsenal forwards, and I believe it's out for a throw into Newcastle. But that was a fabulous defence splitting pass at the other end just before from Tanali. Lewis Hall for Newcastle. His attempted forward ball is cut out by Trossard. Newcastle have a goal kick. I'm not being ignorant to anybody, but I find it really difficult to engage with the chat in the comments and keep everybody informed and commentate on the game at the same time, because obviously I speak a bit slower and stuff than the average person anyway. So please don't think I'm being rude, and it is a skill that I'll endeavour to work on as time goes on. Anyway, the goal kick from Martin de Braga goes long. Arsenal make the first contact, but it comes back and it's trickled out of play for a throw into Arsenal quite deep inside their own half. Timber will take it. There's not really any options for him, so he's taking his time to take it. He eventually does, and it goes to Trossard, but he's caught in a challenge with Anthony Gordon, and that was a risky pass from David Raya out to Declan Rice. He claimed that he knows what he was doing, but I'm not too sure whether he does. Declan Rice gets the ball back, and it's Thomas Partey in the centre of the midfield who has it. Quite slow, Arsenal, when they're on the ball. The only player who's really threatened Newcastle with his pace and creation is Martinelli. I've hardly seen in nearly 20 minutes of football. It's like Martin or Odegaard has only touched the ball like twice, which is never going to be a positive thing for Arsenal as their chief creator. Thomas Partey, and speaking of that man, Odegaard, he's on the ball, but I don't know. There's a very painful collision between Martinelli, who looks to have come off in that challenge with Tino Livramento, the worst. It's a poor pass from Odegaard, which Tino Livramento intercepts and cleanly wins the ball. But what happens is unfortunately from both the momentum of Livramento after he slides and cleanly wins the ball, he can't get out of the way, and Martinelli and Livramento collide knees. So it's a full-on accident and good defending and good challenge from Livramento, but just one of those things that he can't do anything else to stop himself other than clattering to Martinelli. So Arsenal have the ball back. The game started with a Arsenal throw. Kieran Timber can stretch his legs slightly down the line. Goes out to Leandro Trossard. Trossard and Odegaard link up, but the flip from Odegaard doesn't go anywhere. Trossard can attempt to get a ball in, and Joe Willock sees the ball deflected off him, and Arsenal have the third corner of the game, this time from the opposite side of the field, and this time it's to be taken by Odegaard. I like it when it's a corner because it gives me a bit of chance to get my breath back. Odegaard swings the ball in right under the nose of Martin de Braga. De Braga comes. I thought it was a feeble corner so that he could have called it, but he doesn't catch it and he does a feeble and weak punch away. Lewis Skelly picks the ball up and manages to do a lovely sort of ballet dancing turn away from Anthony Gordon. He beats Joe Willock and Anthony Gordon, but just puts too much purchase on his intended ball that would have seen Arsenal in on goal. So that comes to nothing but good play from Lewis Skelly. Very sloppy that from Tino Livramento to give the ball away on the edge of his own box. Could have led to a disaster if Arsenal would have been a bit more alive to the situation. Kieran Timber tries to shape up for a cross but can't. Martin Odegaard, Thomas Partey. Arsenal coming into the game more but not looking particularly lively in attack as you would imagine they wouldn't be without Saka and without Gabriel Jesus. Good idea from Thomas Partey, but Lewis all knows what was coming. And Newcastle in the transition are away. Murphy has the ball on the edge of the box. Murphy stood up by Alexander Isak says that something happened off the ball. I think he must have been dragged down or something. First of all, brilliant pass. Anthony Gordon and Isak linking up brilliantly to set Murphy away. I think the pass was just not quite in Gordon and Murphy's stride. And Lewis Skelly does great defensive work to slow Murphy down. Alexander Isak was dragged down off the ball inside the penalty area, so you'd imagine that VAR would be having a look. Otherwise, it'll be a corner to Newcastle. Goodness knows whether VAR will have a look. Probably not, so it's a corner to Newcastle. Ball in, poor corner, hits the first man. Lewis Hall, terrible corner, didn't even get it 10 yards away. Anyway, Newcastle retain possession and they have a throw in, but such a waste. I expect better from someone with the quality of Lewis Hall. Tino Livramento to take the throw for Newcastle. Then Newcastle will come right back to Martin de Braga. De Braga goes long. Lewis Skelly goes back to Gabriel. Lewis Skelly again. Looking nice and cool, like he's got plenty of time on the ball, which is always a good sign of a young player when they don't look rushed. Oh, Lewis Skelly on the edge of his own penalty area. That was brilliantly just somehow jink and weave in between Tenali and Murphy. Because for a minute it looked like he was about to get disarmed of the ball. But he just about woke up to the situation in time and weaved away from the danger in a very, very tight space. Free kick to Arsenal to be taken by Gabriel, who seems to be remonstrating with his teammates to move where he wants them to be. Declan Rice, long pass, inaccurate pass, intercepted by Lewis Hall. Joe Linton tries to carry the ball forward, but sleepy pass from Declan Rice. Someone of his quality, it should really have been an easy ball just to be able to spread the play that relatively short distance. Silly foul now from Joe Linton, just leaning too much into Martin Odegaard and stops him from progressing for Arsenal on the half term. So Arsenal have a free kick in the middle of the pitch. And after a really bright start, it's starting to get a bit scrappy. Newcastle the better team so far. Thomas Partey for Arsenal. Gabriel back to Partey. Oh, nice touch from Trossard into Odegaard. Odegaard can't return the favour, although Anthony Gordon's bad touch presents it back to Arsenal and it falls nicely to Gabriel, who has quite a powerful long-range shot from the, slightly the right side of the penalty area. A lot of force and power behind it, but it's about 2 miles wide, and that will encourage Newcastle if Arsenal are being forced to resort to such long-range shots at an early time in the game, especially from a central defender. Anyway, goal kick from Newcastle, and it's clear to no one in particular from Gabriel. Joe Willett loses the return ball though, and Saliba Trossard has to go all the way back to rear, and Newcastle are really, really pressing Arsenal high up, and it does feel as though there is going to be an Arsenal defensive error that's going to let Newcastle in at some stage, although Gabriel Martinelli is now one-on-one out of nothing, and I think that's a real mistake from Gabriel Martinelli. The ball breaks. Good play from from Trossard to release by Martinelli, but I'm sure that Martinelli could have afforded to have carried that ball further, and he could. For me, I feel I've slid the ball under Martin the Ranker, and it should be 1-0 to Arsenal. But instead, Martinelli chose to take on a long-range effort that rattles off the crossbar. So for all Newcastle's good play, it's actually Arsenal who've had the 2 most presentable opportunities of the game, and it's Arsenal who come away again with Martinelli, who goes back to Lewis Skelly. Lewis Skelly's ball, and it's pinging around the Arsenal box. Arsenal had 1 or 2 opportunities to strike that, and in the end, it's it's a complete fresh air shot from Trossard, who goes back to Martin Odegaard, who is under the pressure from the Newcastle defenders, but he's leaning back and gets the technique of that shot all wrong, which you would think a man of his quality might have been able to score from that, but nevertheless took a deflection and it's a corner to Arsenal. This one to be taken by Declan Rice. Declan Rice. Oh, surely it's going to end up in the net. Oh, I don't know how to describe that situation. I'll have to look back on the replay, but I think it looked something like a rugby scrum. Arsenal have a throw-in anyway, but basically Martin de Braak came flapped and then bodies on the line as the ball did everything other than go in the net for Arsenal. You're in timber for Arsenal. How this game's known, I don't quite know. Really, I don't. It was scary. Declan Rice. Always scary, does look really silky on the ball. Never seems to lose it. Really poor awful ball from Martinelli, and it's just showing on TV how Arsenal have been so dominant over the last 10 minutes. You would say that they're going to have to score in this period of the game before half time, unless they're going to regret it later on, because Newcastle will grow into the game and have a second win sooner than later. Thrown to Newcastle to be taken by Lewis Hall. Jolinton. Lewis Hall goes along, but William Saliba. Well, just while I was having a coughing fit, Isaac is bringing it forward to Newcastle and he'll have to chase his own ball and duels with William Saliba, and it's away for a goal kick for Newcastle. Back to the corner at the Arsenal end, where de Braak comes for the punch, completely misses it. Timber backflips it into a crowd of about 10 players. Then an Arsenal player gets a deflected shot away, and really the replay wasn't as dramatic as what it seemed to be in real time. Tonali on the ball for Newcastle, able to release Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall now on the ball. What's he going to do? He has to come back. Plays it to Anthony Gordon, who, to be honest, has been, by his standards, quite anonymous so far in the first half. Newcastle just maybe trying to take a bit of the fire out of Arsenal's bellies and just keeping the ball for a little bit without going anywhere that much in particular with it. Livramento. Oh, good idea from Botman to try and release Isaac like that, but just couldn't quite get the purchase on the ball around the corner. Good at Isaac, that would have seen him away and in on goal if he could have just got the right weight on it. Bit too much of a heavy touch though. David Raya goes long in search of Declan Rice, who controls the ball with his chest or his shoulder, but much to his disbelief, Craig Pawson says that he handballed it, and Newcastle are away to Nally and William Saliba and Timber do the defensive work together. Slightly done, and Thomas Partey now on the ball in midfield for Arsenal. You don't really see though how Arsenal are gonna score a goal from open play. In this 11, there's only really a one-on-one situation that you could see from Martinelli or from the threats that they cause from a corner. So, whereas for Newcastle, there's various threats on various people you can see doing the damage. Obviously, Gordon, Isaac, Murphy. But this is where Arsenal's very skinny squad might be coming home to bite them. One ball punts into the and it's going 1-0 to Newcastle. Isaac can score providing he's onside, and it's so very simple. All it was a long ball directly up from a free kick all the way up the pitch from the Braga. The Newcastle fans got absolutely ballistic because they can taste Wembley again, and it's one on ball, beats the Arsenal eye line. Such a scruffy goal. I think it's Ben Botman who gets his head to it. Murphy gets the better of Declan Rice and Saliba, and Murphy just plays it along the floor directly into the path of Alexander Isak, who simply is not going to miss from there. And he just simply nonchalantly lifts it over the top of David Ray, and it's 1-0 to Newcastle in such easy and basic fashion. And Isak is on the ball again, peeling away, comes inside. Anthony Gordon will have the opportunity to get the ball out of his feet and shoot, but he makes a mess of it. Declan Rice sees that he won't be able to get that away, and poor control from Anthony Gordon, and you would have expected just to have, in the form he's been in recently, to take a first-time shot that would really obscurely test the keeper. Arsenal's high defensive line there was nothing short of a mess. And how can they leave such a dangerous striker completely free in the box? Newcastle are pressing them really high up now. Tino Livramento go back to Martin de Braga. De Braga tries to play a long-ish range pass out in the direction of Anthony Gordon, but it's intercepted. Arsenal have a throw-in. Only 5 minutes before half-time. Newcastle haven't lost in 26 matches since taking the lead. And that's a record that extends for a year. So Arsenal really do have it all on now. 5 minutes before half time. Remember, I can't see who's watching because I'm focused all on the TV screen. But like, share, and subscribe if you're enjoying my ramblings. Throwing to Arsenal just at the moment, no. Especially since the goal, it seems like Newcastle are first ever 50-50. Arsenal look like they're under pressure, not comfortable in the game, and slow. Newcastle have the greater energy too, although Joe Linton's just cursed me with such a bad touch. Kai Havertz out to Gabriel Martinelli, who's been the bright spark for Arsenal if I had to choose one. Declan Rice, Lewis Skelly out wide. Arsenal come back in the pitch, inside the pitch, and have to slow right down. Newcastle are in a brilliant shape, so you don't really see how Arsenal are going to get through when they don't. But Liverpool's clearance doesn't gain much ground, and Arsenal are just trying to work an opening, but very slowly. Don't really look like they know where they're going. Declan Rice, bad ball inside the field to Thomas Partey, who reads that bad ball, and Arsenal, it works out a bit fortunately for them. And Thomas Partey sort of carries the ball like well. Joe Linton lunges in on the edge of the area. There's not a great deal of contact. Thomas Partey buys a free kick by stumbling to his feet, and Arsenal, with just over 2 minutes to go before half time, have a free kick very centrally on the edge of the area, which you would imagine is in a prime position for Martin Odegaard to get up and down the wall and probably be able to get it on target, which, if he can get it on target, you would say there's at least half a chance the ball ended up in the back of the net. Let's see. There's only Odegaard's going to hit it, so Trossard can stand there all he likes. But it's perfectly central, you see, so it's the peak. Exactly where you don't want to give it away if you're Newcastle. Kind of in the lap of the gods. Newcastle have got Murphy on the floor. Trying to protect the keeper, Odegaard. Odegaard, that was absolutely pathetic. Didn't even get it over the wall, and it hit the wall from like literally 10 yards away. What a weak and wasteful attempt, like he wasn't concentrating whatsoever. Arsenal have the ball though, and it is with Odegaard who will attempt to cross into the box. Arsenal make the first contact, and it's saved in instinctive fashion, I would say, more than anything else, from Dubravka. Nothing more than a long, hopeful ball into the box. I think it's Declan Rice who made the headed contact. Not too sure who had the shot, but Martin Dubravka just stuck a hopeful three-drunk arm out and luckily hit it. Instinctive save. And Newcastle have got the more polished and the most threatening, but it's definitely Arsenal on the other hand. They've actually created the more moments when you think about him hitting the crossbar and out Timber, Mr. Sitter, Parter, Timber. 2 minutes of added time before half time. Not been that many stoppages. Been a good game to commentate on. More chances than I somehow anticipated. Trossard is down in the 8 for Arsenal and wanting a free kick, but it doesn't come. And Newcastle can bring it up the other end with, well, Isaac, and it will settle for a throw in because it's so close to half time. Still down and still in pain, Trossard. Maybe his ankle got accidentally stood on. But geez, imagine if Arsenal got yet another injury to an attacker. Yeah, that should have been a free kick. Anthony Gordon kicks the back of Trossard's heel. What was the referee watching? Anyway, it's that a hopeful cross from Trossard. Declan Rice heads the ball, gets the first contact, and it falls favourably to William Saliba, and that's a better save in slow motion than I originally realised from the back to back. I thought it was just his arm that he stuck out of the hip, but he actually has to spread his body and make himself big, so there was more agility involved than I previously realised. And it looks like Arsenal's injury woes are set to get even worse still, because Trossard can't seem to put any weight on his foot. Lewis Skelly, what a coaching footballer he is. He is going to be a superb player as we play the last action of that half with Trossard as he stumbles around. Arsenal are on the ball. Long ball from Trossard but cut out. And it's kicked up the field and the referee says it's half time. Arsenal Newcastle won at half time. Thoroughly entertaining half as I would have thought it would be. Like I expected, Newcastle looking really very, very dangerous on turnovers and transitions, looking like they can cut through Arsenal's defence on a regular basis. Arsenal a bit slow and sluggish and laboured in the build up, as would make sense, as it is nowhere near the best team. But they have a moment and could and should have scored, well, at least 2 goals, in my opinion. So, because of my cerebral palsy, folks, and the way I speak, and the fact that speaking for a long period of time does take a bit of energy out of my breathing and stuff like that, I do tend to just sit in silence to get my voice back and get my breath back whilst the halftime breaks on. But if anybody has been watching this, then that's really, really appreciated, and I really value the opportunity to share my love of football with anybody out there who loves the game as much as me. So please like the stream, share the stream, and if you want to put up with me talking nonsense on a regular basis, please like and subscribe to the channel, because I've got a target of hoping to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be magical and make me feel a real sense of purpose and a goal to aim for. At the moment, when I started this, I was on 93. So if I could, because I'm going to do a minimum of, I think, 4 watchalongs between now and Monday next week. I'll be back here doing the same thing again for the Tottenham and Liverpool tie tomorrow. Uh, then we'll be watching Aston Villa and West Ham on Friday night. Liverpool and Accrington on Saturday dinner time. Then I might have a rest on Saturday tea time. And then for sure, I will be watching the Arsenal and Manchester United match on Sunday. And then I think there's a midweek batch of Premier League games on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. So I think from memory, I decided that I was going to watch the top of the table potential title race encounter, if you can stretch it to call it that, between Nottingham Forest and Liverpool on Tuesday, and then the North London derby between Arsenal and Spurs on Wednesday. And then we might watch Man United against Southampton on Thursday together, if I have any voice or energy left. I'll be back in 5 minutes because I just need to take a comfort break before the second half starts. But please keep watching because I will be back.
when it comes down, you want us to come back in and shut the door.
Yeah, if you can hear it.
Yeah. I'll listen for it.
Hello, folks, I'm back. Players are back on the pitch and the Sky coverage is back on. I wouldn't fancy Arsenal's prospects of turning it around in the second leg if they have to go to Newcastle with a disadvantage. So pressure's on for Arsenal. Odegaard over the ball and we're underway for the second half. Long to David Raya, who goes upfield. Tino Livramento heads it. Thomas Partey brings it down. Lewis Skelly back to Gabriel. No options at all on the ball for Gabriel, so Lewis Skelly and Gabriel play amongst themselves. Yeah, the stats back up what I said that Arsenal were the ones who had the more presentable chances and two expected goals, or just below two expected goals for Arsenal with those two sitters that were missed. Arsenal working the ball around, but it's slow, sluggish, not very crisp. And Kai Havertz does well to get on the end of a raking full crossfield pass from David Raya, but he gets himself into a spin and can't control the ball. And we've been playing for almost 2 minutes and no Newcastle player has touched the ball yet in the second half. Goes without saying that Arsenal desperately miss the dependable composure of Saka. Oh, Lewis Skelly almost gets into a nightmare, and that would have been seen Isak bearing down on goal again, but somehow Arsenal managed to get away with it, and it's up the other end of the pitch at the feet of Martin de Branca. Martin de Branca succumbs to the high press of Arsenal and plays the ball directly out of play for a throw into Arsenal. Arsenal get on with it really quickly. Odegaard, Trossard makes a mess of the pass, but Newcastle surrender possession really easily, and the ball is back in a very similar position as to what it was before. Lewis Skelly on the ball in the midfield. Declan Rice, who keeps sort of occupying the widest position. Gabriel Martinelli is all sort of telegraphed possession for Arsenal. They really like looking kind of unable to penetrate Newcastle from open play. Not sure anybody really wants to break the lines and give Newcastle a lot to think about defensively. It's all quite rigid and static from Arsenal. Although, as I say that, Martin Odegaard breaks free, but it's a terrible first touch, and all of a sudden there's space opened up in the middle of the field for Newcastle, and Arsenal come back. Martinelli out wide to Kai Havertz, but if Kai Havertz is out wide, then who's going to be in the box for Arsenal? And the answer to that is Martinelli, who does receive the ball wide on the edge of the box, and he plays a crossing that is headed away by Tonali, and it has been almost 5 minutes of constant Arsenal pressure, well, if not pressure, at least possession at the beginning of the second half. Although Joe Willock can now bring the ball away for Newcastle. Joe Willock should have played that straight down the line and released Tino Livramento, but doesn't. Livramento gets the ball eventually from Murphy, though. Tonali slows the game down to walking pace. He's up for Newcastle, plays it to Murphy. Murphy back inside to. Well, all of a sudden, without me really paying attention, it snuck up on me, but all that matters is that it's 2-0 to Newcastle, and Anthony Gordon sort of throws the ball in easily at the far post. It was a bit of a unexpected and sudden shot from Isak. A shot taken with absolutely no back lift. Great passing between Tonali, Isak, and Murphy, and a good save from Rare, I would say, but he's just unfortunate to palm it straight into the path of the onrushing Anthony Gordon. Timber extends himself to try and put Gordon off, but can't get there, and it's a simple challenge for a simple finish for the alert and bright Gordon, who will never score much of an easier tapping for the rest of his career, no matter how long he plays for. And Newcastle, you've got to say, if they can keep a clean sheet for the next half an hour and take this back up to Newcastle without Arsenal even getting one back tonight, then Arsenal, I can't see them going up to Newcastle and keeping Newcastle out for a full 90 minutes on their home turf with how imperious Newcastle's home form is. So you're looking at Arsenal needing to score 4 goals in an away game. So it's imperative that Arsenal score again, all the while managing to keep the back door closed, which against this Newcastle team is much easier said than done, of course. And while I've been rabbiting on, it is a corner to Arsenal after a deflected shot from Martin Odegaard, and it's Declan Rice who will be taking this. Declan Rice, who was been quite prolific with the assists from corners for Arsenal, like we've seen all season. So Rice in, the Bradford punches away in less than convincing fashion, but it's kindly to Livramento and Gordon. Bad pass from Lewis Hall, though, lets Arsenal in. but Newcastle do come away after a bright, crisp pass, like it seems to be every time from Isaac. And now Murphy. I think I actually confused Joe Willett with Isaac there. They do look a bit similar, but never mind. Lewis Aldo down the other side comes forward, plays it inside for Isaac. Isaac with a bit of an heavy touch, which is not like him. Lets Arsenal away, and that's a lovely spin from Odegaard. And Sven Botman loses his balance, which plays Anthony Gordon has been booked for chopping down Kai Havertz, but I thought that Anthony Gordon had already been booked, and I must have imagined it. Oh, that is such a nailed on yellow card. Like if there was such a thing as giving a man an orange card, Anthony Gordon would have got that for that late challenge. That was so dirty and such a striker's challenge if ever you've seen one. So Arsenal will have an opportunity to fill the box. Declan Rice will be over the free kick wide on the right hand side. He whips it in. The Bracker comes, does get there, but it's weak. Punches it kind of in the wrong direction, and it's messy, but it doesn't matter because Craig Poison says that three Arsenal players are offside. So the really terrible punch from the Bracker, who's looked like he's keen to make an error and take pity on Arsenal all night, doesn't matter. But he has a free kick. Joe Linton for Newcastle, who we've not seen much of. Jacob Murphy. Tino Livramento, who has been very disciplined and not really come forward much, but then again, suppose he hasn't had to really. Tonali with the cross for Newcastle right across the box. David Ray just about gets there, but it was almost a carbon copy with Anthony Gordon just anticipating the flight of the ball on the far post, and nearly the exact same goal occurred for Newcastle, but now Declan Rice carries the ball forward towards the edge of the area, and it's out wide with Martinelli, who stands up the ball. Tino Livramento denies him access. The ball was blocked, and Arsenal have to come back in field with Thomas Partey. Great defending from Livramento. Terrible pass then from Livramento. Terrible from Newcastle, though, who exchanged the possession immediately straight back to Arsenal. Both teams a bit sloppy with some of the passing. Havertz. Trossard. Oh, some of these chances that Arsenal have missed throughout the night have been absolutely basic to say the least. So the crossing is blocked from Lewis Hall, and it loops up so invitingly to Kai Havertz, who's got absolutely no pressure on him, and instead of getting a full head on it, hits his forehead and he spoons it wide, but he had all the time in the world. So Gabriel Jesus has come on to replace Trossard, so I would imagine that's Havertz going out wide, Gabriel Jesus going up front, and then just about the only two changes that Arteta can make because Jorginho has entered the field and Thomas Partey's gone off in a like-for-like change. Newcastle in possession with Joe Linton. He's at his pass intended for Joe Willock but doesn't get there, but Murphy's on hand to return it for Newcastle. Joe Willock commits a silly foul now with Gabriel. And Arsenal are able to bring the ball forward after a quick free kick with Gabriel Martinelli, and they try and work over the other side of the pitch with Kai Havertz. Like I said, he will go on the wing, and yes, can he be more effective on the wing? Well, that's a good start because he sort of gets past with his haul, but then goes back. During Timber looking to cut the ball. And again, there's another melee in which Martin the Branca sort of looks intent on committing another calamity. Declan Rice. Oh no, that was Jorginho who played the nice pass to Timber. Timber's ball is blocked. Declan Rice sort of misses his kick. And there's just bodies and limbs everywhere, but no matter because it's offside to for Newcastle, who, as much of Newcastle have impressed me, they've been shaky at the back in a much more clinical and functional forward line than Arsenal's would have definitely been able to capitalise on it. And you wouldn't be confident if you were a Newcastle fan having Martin de Branca in goal for some of the big games that they've got coming up. Good defending though, as I thought, by Livramento. Jorginho though. I do think there is at least a goal in this tonight for Arsenal though that will liven the tie up. Stood up ball by Gabriel. Somewhat fortunate defending for Newcastle. The ball strikes Dan Burn and a grateful Martin the back pounces on the ball. Lewis Hall goes along and looks for Anthony Gordon, but it doesn't make it. David Raya with a long, I would say long ball, but he's so accurate with his passing that it probably was an intended pass. Declan Rice can run onto the ball on the edge of the area, strikes it, but Joe Willock sees what's coming and prevents Rice from his strike going further towards goal. Blocked out by Willock, and it is a corner to Arsenal to be taken by Declan Rice. And after this corner comes in, there's going to be a triple substitution from Newcastle by the looks of it. And Rice, long free header from kind of a difficult angle for Gabriel Jesus. The backer tries to come and claim, but he's pinned in by all the bodies that surround him. And yeah, so there's a triple substitution for Newcastle. Sean Longstaff, I think Murphy's leaving the pitch, so I'm taking it that he's going to be replaced by Harry Barnes. Longstaff for Joe Willock, and Isak's been taken off. So no, Newcastle have just put an extra defender on the pitch, and maybe Anthony Gordon will now go up front and play a false nine, I would imagine, for Newcastle. But they've still got all sorts of pace on the pitch if you consider Barnes and Gordon on the counter attack. But I think it's a move that just signifies that Eddie Howe wants to take a clean sheet back up to Newcastle, and who can blame him? Declan Rice, Gabriel Jesus drops short, comes and licks the play, wants a free kick that is denied. Newcastle come away. Anthony Gordon now has space to run into, but not much support, so he checks back inside and gets a throw in for his team. Both teams in that previous passage wanted a free kick, and I don't know why the referee didn't give Arsenal a free kick after Sean Longstaff chopped down Gabriel Jesus. Obviously a foul. Silly, really. Don't know what he was watching or not watching. That foul from Anthony Gordon. For Timber falls on the ball and Arsenal come forward. Newcastle do look a bit ragged though, so there's more and more spaces beginning to open themselves up for Arsenal. Martinelli will try and cross the ball in, and he will be able to. Lewis Hall on the back post clears the ball away. Thankfully for Newcastle, only for a throw-in though, not for a corner. Lewis Hall and Harvey Barnes defend well together for Newcastle. Surely that's going to be a free kick for Newcastle for a push on Joe Winton. No, it isn't. The referee's been lenient on both teams, if you want to put it that way. Lewis Skelly now, Gabriel Martinelli. Lewis Skelly crosses it. Excellent block from, well, I believe that somebody for Newcastle has made a goal-saving block. Great play between Martinelli and Lewis Skelly. Lewis Skelly's ball across the box breaks to Jorginho, who takes a first-time strike, and it's Joe Linton who throws his body in the way, and then the ball breaks back to Gabriel Martinelli, who sort of wildly hacks at it, and it goes wide, and we have a goal kick to Newcastle. But Arsenal really are knocking, but you're just not that confident that they're gonna be able to. They might get one, but I don't think there's any more than one goal in it tonight. Declan Rice is becoming more prominent now and really developing his game as an attacking outlet for Arsenal. And just to say that he runs and he's, composure on the ball to do that little spin then and that movement forward. The way he turns is enough to get Arsenal a corner, and he's much more than a defensive number 6. A dangerous ball that tonight we had no choice other than to cut out and Rice or take about what seems like the 10th corner that he swung in tonight. Swings it in. That is one of it. Well, not just his worst one tonight, but the worst one that he's taken all season directly out of play. He'll probably say that the wind, but I don't know whether it is windy in London, but if it is, he'll say that it blew out of play. A bit of a waste, but he can be forgiven that after how good he has been all season long. Martin the back goes long. Not surprisingly, Anthony Gordon loses out in the air to Gabriel. Lewis Skelly with wonderful control to bring the ball down using his head and he's onto his foot out of the air. So much silkiness about him. He reminds me a lot of Rico Lewis, but a better Rico Lewis, if that makes sense. Here he is again, Lewis Skelly picking up a more forward position. Nice ball from Skelly to Rice. Timber. Havertz, it's pinball again for about the 5th time in the Newcastle area. Newcastle try and bring it away but can't. It seems to be just coming back from Arsenal all the time. Newcastle have given up going forward and seem to be just trying to hang on to it with 2-goal lead, which I don't think that they can keep doing this for another 20 minutes of normal time, plus no doubt 5 minutes of injury time. Arsenal are going to get one big chance and won't presumably miss another. So the whole complexion of the tie will change in the next 20 minutes, and Newcastle will regret not throwing punches. The ball comes in, the back punches, it comes to Lewis Skelly. Arsenal have to go all the way back to Ray, but which is no bad thing when he can play forward balls with such accuracy. Gabriel wins the header at the edge of the area. Newcastle can bring it away though. Anthony Gordon's just been clattered off the ball, but it breaks to Tonali, and Harvey Barnes can run, stretch his legs, and he falls over, loses his balance, falls on the ball, and I think the referee is given a ball against Barnes for the comical way that he messed up by losing his balance. There come Rice. Gabriel Martinelli looks to skin Tino Livramento. Can't, but that's a really nice pass out to the other wing from Declan Rice. Jorginho plays it long for Kai Havertz, too long, and there's a bit of a collision between the Bracca and Dan Burn, but that's danger quashed for Newcastle. Almiron, who I almost forgotten existed, and I'm sure he's bound to be leaving Newcastle at some point this month. It's about to come on. Anthony Gordon's like a Jack Russell at the ankles of Saliba and Gabriel, and neither causes a mistake. But Arsenal have possession on the halfway line. Everybody on the pitch is inside the Arsenal half of the field, whereas Skelly takes up a pocket of space. Sean Longstaff wins the ball from Skelly. Joe Linton tries to break forward for Newcastle but can't, and it's turning into playground football until Lewis Hall shows some quality and calms it down, and Newcastle have possession, although they're having to go back towards their own goal. Nice ball from Lloyd Kelly into Joe Linton. Joe Linton says that Jorginho was a bit too physical, and it's a free kick to Newcastle, and they can make the substitution. It's going to be Almiron on and Anthony Gordon to come off, presumably because he simply can't play every single minute of every game for Newcastle without burning himself out. And it's going to be Almiron who come on the wing, and you would imagine Harvey Barnes to play in the post striker role for the rest of the game for Newcastle. Like Kelly with a long hopeful ball to nobody in particular, because obviously Newcastle don't really have a target now. Attack against defence for the last 15-20 minutes. You've got to imagine. Oh, really poor pass, but somehow Martinelli is able to retrieve it. Much too much pace and power on it from Gabriel. But Arsenal have it back, so there's no harm done. Just looking to work and opening Arsenal, moving the ball from side to side. It's not as though there's runners coming from all over, so it's just about the angles. Newcastle have done a good job. As I say that though, Gabriel Jesus tries to control the ball into the box, but the giant Dan Burn does enough to put him off, and he's muscled out of it fairly and squarely, and the ball goes safely behind for a goal kick. Lewis Skelly, who's impressed me, comes off. Zinchenko comes on. Don't know why, really. Probably because they don't want to risk another injury to a young player. Have to have so many. Very slow, this build up from Arsenal. Not a lot to really comment on it. It's just working the ball from side to side all the time and not really going anywhere. Not being any one range shots. The only danger has been balls into the box like this. but tonight can work it away for Newcastle. He's been tricked up in, well, I thought tricked up in cynical fashion, and if he hasn't, then it's got to be a booking. But who knows what referees are thinking. And Arsenal have it back. And the ball will probably be punted into the box any minute now. Ball over the top. Too heavy for Havertz to get onto it and do anything meaningful with. He just about gets to it by an outstretched leg before it goes out of play, but it's harmlessly into the hands of Martin the Banker for umpteenth time. About to go into the last 10 minutes. Arsenal still searching to get a goal. Silly from Martinelli to try and squeeze that in from there. Joe Linton gets the break in the ball and he would have been away, but the first act that Zinchenko has done in the game is to wipe him out. Really catches him in a dirty way, and it's a booking for Zinchenko and a free kick to Newcastle in the middle of the pitch. And everything just seems to be pointing to the clock being wound down and Arsenal not really. They've had 2 shots in the last 25 minutes, which is nowhere near enough when you're chasing a game like this. For a professional job from Newcastle, defenders have done brilliantly to protect the keeper as much as they have. Joe Linton does wonderfully to chase nothing but a hopeful ball and get onto it, and now Lewis Hall can run down into the corner and attempt to win a corner, which he doesn't quite manage, but even so, Newcastle have a throw in deep inside Arsenal territory, and the Newcastle fans are going to be looking at hotel rooms for Wembley on the way back to the northeast, even if that is a bit prematurely. I must admit, I think almost any footballing neutral would be, quite grateful and quite, pleased if Newcastle could win the first trophy in 70 years. Anyway, there's a one time before that, and Sven Botman charges down an effort from Kai Havertz, who picked up a nice pocket of space, and it's out of play for yet another corner for Arsenal, and it seems that every corner that Arsenal get has to be from this side that Declan Rice will whip in. Again, it's a bit rubbish, too flat. There's another rugby scrum in the area, and it results in another corner after the ball hits the ball. This time Arsenal have worked it short. Lloyd Kelly gets to the ball, headed away, and it's a wild, long-range effort of what I can only describe as desperation from Gabriel. It's just got that feeling to it now that whatever happens, Newcastle are just gonna run the clock down, put the bodies on the line, time waste as much as possible within reason, and gradually Arsenal's belief is ebbing away, and that they're not going to score no matter if we play till 11 o'clock. But they've definitely had their chances and should and could have scored on another night, but they're just, it's not fluent for Arsenal. They look like what they are, which is quite a few square pegs and round holes at the minute. Martinelli with a good ball, a testing ball for the defence, and Tonali does a great job to buy a free kick from the shoulder bags when Gabriel Jesus. There was a bit of a sequence of head tennis. Joe Linton wins the header. Tonali's focused on the ball, and it's Jesus who nudges him on the edge of the area. And yeah, free kick to Newcastle, and that just about sums the second half up. It was Arsenal who were playing really well at the beginning of the half, but that second goal was really killed the game and potentially killed the tie for Newcastle. And I think if they win this, it might just be 7 wins in a row for Newcastle with something ridiculous like 1 goal conceded in the process. And when you think they've played United, Aston Villa, Spurs, Arsenal all in that time, wow, what a good team they are turning into. Anyway, Declan Rice wants to shut me up and carries the ball forward, but there's a fair, oh no, not a fair challenge. Free kick in a dangerous position from which Arsenal can load the box. I don't believe that's a foul. I think Declan Rice has to be stronger and stay up on his feet there, but referee disagrees. Martin Odegaard over the ball. Not an angle where he can shoot from. It's a case of trying to find one of the big defenders' heads straight in and hits the defence. And out of bounds with a long hacked clearance throw for Arsenal. 3 minutes left, I'd say about 4 minutes by the time. Oh! Excellent strike from Jorginho. Vicious strike, lot of power from the edge of the area. First time volley, but he was leaning back when he hit it, so therefore, because it's leaning back, he was always going to struggle to keep it down, but he did fully extend the back. Really good strike, but just if he could have kept his body weight going forward instead, it would have been a lot better, which is clearly much easier said than done. Saliba in a contest with Miguel Moron. Back to David Raya, and Arsenal will try and build another attack. But you've just got a feeling that Newcastle are going to see it through when they've got 1 foot on Wembley Way. Obviously, every Newcastle fan will now become a Tottenham fan in tomorrow night's tie, because you would say that you would have to fancy Newcastle to demolish Spurs in a one-off game if that's the way it turns out. Anyway, Arsenal might have something to say about that. And Martinelli for Arsenal crosses the ball. Dan Burn gets his head to the ball. It's with Arsenal on the edge of the area. But Newcastle are crowding the edge of the box with bodies. So I don't think there'll be any shot. Or there is a shot. It's a Newcastle body. Like it has all night. Timber, Saliba, poor cross. Arsenal not going anywhere, having to go backwards again. Havertz, nowhere to go, no angle for Arsenal to work with. Newcastle first the ball again as soon as it comes in. Declan Rice is going to wind up for a long range shot, is he? No, it's out to Timber. Kai Havertz. Arsenal are just desperate and fully out of ideas, and there's only 1 minute of normal time. Cross comes in. Martin the bracket gets to the flick on, pounces on the ball, and he'll now lie on it for as long as Craig Pawson allows him to. And yeah, we enter into the 90th minute. I would say there's going to be about 4 minutes by the time at the most. He bounces the ball to Cabrera, then whacks it high and long downfield. Newcastle don't even contest the ball, headed by Arsenal, but Lewis Hall does a great job. Harvey Barnes has it for Newcastle, and it's gonna. Oh, well, it could and should have been 3-0 to Newcastle. Miguel Moron had a clear one-on-one opportunity, but just poor control, and he spoils the opportunity for himself. Good control there, and he had a clear run on goal and would have surely scored. So if the pattern of the game changes in the second leg, they could regret that. Good Newcastle, 5 minutes of added time. Can Arsenal do anything to swing the momentum in this last 5 minutes? Saliba high, headed out by Tino Livramento, who's been brilliant in defence, really disciplined and not bombed forward that much. Scrambled away by Newcastle. You think Arsenal might get one more big chance if they keep putting enough balls in the box, and surely one more attempt might break. It goes in from Jorginho. Saliba heads the ball. Tino Livramento panics a bit and slices a clearance. Zinchenko, Declan Rice, Gabriel Jesus has to come out to the edge of the box again. Newcastle trying to press out, but content to just let Arsenal have it. Harvey Barnes and Lewis Hall double up on Saliba. Joe Linton's a bit unlucky and loses his balance, and Newcastle will have to defend what feels like about the 15th corner of the night for Arsenal, and sort of the only time that the Newcastle defence has looked suspect is when the Bracker has come and tried to get to balls and not got there. It won't get there. Odegaard will get a new angle and try again. It falls to Zinchenko now. Will have time to cross the ball, but he leaves it to Declan Rice, who pumps the ball in. Tino Livramento gets to the ball first. Now Lloyd Kelly will go long, and there's 2.5 minutes left, and it'll be 2.5 hours of me describing how Arsenal were probably going to try and fail to work openings, because Newcastle just seem to have their number. Timber though for Arsenal, that's better because there's a missed challenge by Lewis Hall. I think it was Longstaff who gets the ball away. Jorginho across from Timber. Excellent defensive anticipation by Harvey Barnes. excuse me, not Abby Barnes, that was Sean Longstaff who anticipated that clearance away before it got Martinelli in. Dan Burn away to Nightly battles and wins it. And that's surely a free kick to Newcastle for what I thought was a foul on Sean Longstaff, but the referee says no. But it doesn't matter because it's a Newcastle have won a throw-in, and Isaac is a man of the match. I would have actually said that maybe tonight or Livramento might have been the man of the match for Newcastle, but I guess the ones who scored the goals usually do get applauded as far as the commentators are concerned. Basically, the last action of the game now, if Newcastle can clear one more ball, which they can, bottom them right down the pitch to rear, and it's getting to the time where Arsenal have probably got one more ball that they can attempt to put in the box, and that's if they can find the right angle. If you are watching me, I can see that a couple of people are. Please like the stream, and if you've enjoyed hearing me go on, then please subscribe to the channel. And just to say that, there was one more ball into the box and it's still in play. Timber, Longstaff headed away for Newcastle, and Newcastle will be able to leave London and go up all the way to Newcastle, home with a 2-0 lead in the pocket after a thoroughly convincing and commanding display of defending and at times fantastic counter-attacking football. 2-0 to Newcastle is the final score, and I reckon that is 1 foot on Wembley way for the Geordies. Brilliant. An absolute example of what to do in a high-pressure away game against a team like Arsenal, look tired, burnt out, like they all need a rest, like they've not got much idea, and like without a certain Bukayo Saka in the team, they do lack a bit of self-belief. So it'd be interesting to see if they can arrest a slide in form when they play United in the Cup on Sunday. But for me, I'm out of here for tonight. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back to watch the other tie, the first leg between Tottenham and Liverpool tomorrow night, which God knows what kind of a basketball match that'll turn out to be. But I'm sure I'll be speaking a lot more and have a bit of a dry gob by the end of commentating on that one. But thank you for everyone who's engaged in the chat, and thank you for everyone who's watched. And please subscribe to the channel, and I will speak to you soon. And there's going to be a series of watch-alongs, commentaries, and videos in general from me in the near future, because it's a new year and a new start and all that stuff. So keep safe, keep warm, and thank you for enjoying the match with me when there's so many other people on YouTube to choose from. See you later. Bye-bye.